Hello, everyone. Mark Gilead here for AIM Country Music Television. Our guest today is Jessie G. Jessie's opened for some legendary performers, Leonard Skinner, Hank Williams Jr., Charlie Daniels, and Kid Rock. She's played at T-Mobile Arena, Hard Rock Casino, Billy Bob's, and so many more. She's topped 17,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, popped up on the Music Pro charts, sang the national anthem at 2 NFL games, and shows up all over country radio. She's here today to talk about her latest release, Like My Whiskey. Let's get her in here right now to talk about what might just be your new favorite song. Welcome, Jessie. Thanks so much for coming on today.
Hey, Mark. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm excited to get a chance to catch up with you a little bit.
Thank you. I'm excited to be on here too, and that you're playing the video and talking about the song. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, you've got a story to tell. I mean, the way I understand it, your first real career was in the family business as a commercial, deep sea fisherman. You came way inland to Nashville about 10 years ago, and now you're making a pretty big splash in country music. But that leaves out a lot of detail. Why don't you flesh it out for us? A little history, where you're headed, where you're at now.
I love the way you said splash in country music. So fitting. Um, yeah, it's pretty crazy just the journey that the music has taken me just from an early age. I started singing at like 2 years old, and then when I got old enough to like talk and write, I would invite family members over to my house for a talent show in my living room. And the love of performing kind of started at a very young age. And then I started competing in talent shows, fairs, anything that I could do. My dad actually would take me every Wednesday night to a karaoke night that was minor friendly, that I could go in and sing my songs for a bunch of, older folks drinking beers. And, it really just kind of helped me develop that love, passion, and just the art of entertaining. So that's where it started as a young girl. And then, yeah, you're right. I grew up on the docks and on the fishing boats. And, I was really around a lot of hardworking, blue collar, feast or famine, crazy lifestyle where, sometimes you struck gold, things went really well, you were able to provide for your family, and you had a lot of money that year, and then the next year could have been really bad, and there were no crab, no tuna, no salmon, whatever fishery you were in, and it was just a really hard few years. So I was used to that like up and down lifestyle. That now music is a very similar thing, which I kind of am grateful. I'm grateful for it because I learned how to be self-employed. You got to get up every day and really just motivate yourself, be on your own path. Like, you got to write it down, you got to get that calendar out, and you just got to be really good about it, which I'm sure you experienced the same thing with your line of work. And so yeah, I grew up doing that my whole life, went to college for music, was grateful to get a scholarship at Linfield University. I was able to study music there, and it was music that I wasn't used to. I grew up singing country, jazz, rock and roll, and they're like sticking me in a classical um room with a pianist, no microphone, asking me not to move my hands, to stand up straight, and like, and really teaching me how to use my voice, how to sing with a mix and a soft palette, and all these things that I never really, I just knew, that low raspy voice, and then you belt it out. And I just knew that kind of thing. And they really taught me the technique, proper things that now influenced me greatly as an artist, as a songwriter, finding melodies, finding all that. Music theory helped me as a songwriter too, being able to know my way around chords and what works and what keys work for me. And so, yeah, that was kind of like a journey until the Nashville chapter hit. That chapter was insane because I was just working after college for a lawyer. I was doing paralegal work. I graduated with a political science degree and a music degree. So I was like, maybe music entertainment, maybe I'll do something down in that lane because I can make money, I can provide for my family. Having a family was always one of my biggest dreams. So I never thought I would run into a major celebrity that would believe in me and and encouraged me to move out to Nashville, Tennessee. So I met Gretchen Wilson. She sings Redneck Woman here for the party. She's a Grammy winning artist. She was also one of my favorite artists growing up. I sing her song in talent shows, and just man, the fact that she came to my hometown, I got to open up for her. It was just a dream come true. So I moved out to Nashville, Tennessee, and the rest has just been a wild ride. I've been writing music with some of the greatest writers, opening up for touring with some of the greatest artists that have helped influence me in my life, and I do it all with my family, and I'm very grateful and lucky. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love the overall journey. And you had all these little things that plug in to make you who you are as you've gone down this pathway.
Yeah, I'm sure like you have the same story with the things that got you to where you are, and you look back and you're like, wow, it's crazy how all those little things were like puzzle pieces to create, you know, where you're at.
So it's really cool that Gretchen Wilson joined you on the song. I love that part. And then looking at the credits, she also produced the song.
She
Um,
did.
how early in this journey did you meet her? Like from, 10 years in Nashville. How long ago, how long into it was it before you came across her?
So I met her in Oregon when before I moved out to Nashville, Tennessee. She was on like a bar tour, and that tour was like she was playing smaller clubs to promote her album that was out. And through a local radio station, I don't know if you've heard of Beat Up Radio, but he gave me the opportunity to be in a competition to be able to open for her. Of course, I put all my eggs in that basket. I was like, I'm going to win this thing. We won it. Then we got to open for her. And then right after we opened for her, I snuck backstage and I was like, "Hey, can I come hang out with you and like talk to you for a little bit?" And she was like, "Sure, come on over," kind of like apprehensive. Um, and of course, I bring my whole family with me. So we're all sitting around the picnic table with her and her family. And I was just like, we were singing songs together. We were pulling out like some old Etta James, some like Aretha Franklin. We're like singing all these bluesy songs, and we just really gelled, kindred spirits. I could tell that she was like my kind of girl. So, after that, I was like, hey, how do I do this? Like, obviously, this is my number one dream. I don't want to have to settle and do this other career and be just always think, what if I would have just chased my dreams? And like, you got to move to Nashville. Here's my email. Let me know when you get to town and we'll go from there. And after that, we just became really good friends. We started writing songs together. She was like a couple years later, like, wow, you become such a good writer, such a good artist. Let me produce your album. So then she produced me, and then I went on the road with her, but I wasn't signed to her label. I was just selling merch. And then I'd come up and sing my radio song that was out, and then I go back to selling merch. So I'd actually sell kind of a lot of my own merch, which was awesome. Uh, but it was like one of those sweaty jobs where I was like packing it all in, packing it all out. But I grew up doing all that stuff, so I didn't care. And
Yeah,
then
exactly.
yeah, and then it just turned into one thing where I wrote a really great song, and she's like, "Let's do this. I'm going to sign you the label. I'm going to help, your career out in a bigger way." And so for the next few years, I did like a full-on opening tour for her. My band was her crew, which was awesome because we could all be on the same bus. So it was like my band was fulfilling two different jobs, so I was able to afford to have them out there on the road with her. And it was just like one big happy family. We did that for a few years, and then she wanted to take a little bit of a break. So the last few years, because now she's kind of getting back out there and getting on the road again, which is super exciting, to be releasing a song with her when she's like ready to be out there again. But yeah, no, so the last few years, it's been me developing my own headlining shows, trying to figure out my own markets I do well in. My husband just got out of the military last June. So he was like, I know if we want to pursue your career, it's going to be one or the other. You can't really be a military focused family and do this full time. So I'm very blessed that he was able to get out there, support it. He helps tour manage, and we have a little 2-year-old who is a road warrior, man.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I read that he's a former Green Beret. I don't know if a guy like that's ever former. It's
It's
kind of
always
a
in that.
kind of
Yeah.
the thing you are.
Yeah, if you don't notice this Green Beret flag behind me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that doesn't go away. That never becomes former.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. The boldness to actually just say, "Can I talk to you?" really led to where you're at now. Just being brave enough
Yeah.
to get out there and do it, and then letting her see the hard work of coming up to sing, but then going and running the merch table. Those kind of
Yeah.
things go a long way with somebody who's you know, who people probably tend to try to get on their coattails instead of actually get out there and put the effort in. That's commendable.
Yeah, no, I agree. And also, I was always raised that we're all human and, we all have the same problems and love the same things. And, deep down inside, we all want the same things, I think, most of us anyway. And so, when I meet people that I'm like, oh, wow, that person's, you know, super famous or whatever, it doesn't really, like, I don't get super starstruck with people because I just remember, like, they're all human just like us. And, I'm grateful that I was raised that way to be able to just boldly ask her, like, hey, how do I do this? How do I do this for a living?
Paid off. You're here to talk about your new release, "Like My Whiskey," classic country, line dance and all. Even shot at Country Rebel Ranch, which is kind of cool all in itself. Take the floor and tell us about it before we play this video.
Yeah, so super grateful. I feel like my world and the relationships that I've made in Nashville during the last 10 years that I've lived here all kind of came together in this perfect harmony during that day. Country Rebel, those dudes have been there for me since day one. They shared my first song I ever released. They believed in me. They still do. They still share my videos. I love them. They're great guys. We hosted our baby shower at their ranch, so I'm very grateful for that relationship. So shooting it there was special for that reason and lots of reasons, but it's legendary, it's beautiful. And then having Gretchen agree to do this song, do the video, it's just such a huge moment for me in my personal life and my career. Gretchen's now become one of my best friends. So really this song just embodies two women having fun, getting out there. Obviously, it was written in a different time when I was single, but you know what? We can still have fun and act with cute country cowboys in the video. Um, and there were lots of special guests in this video. Holly Stocks is in there, Colby Caillat's in there.
I thought I saw her.
Yeah, she's just like a little cameo in there. Kevin Blue from Country Rebel is the last guy walking the horse in. And Ozzy, that beautiful horse, which my child also named Ozzy, so I love it. Yeah, so it was such a great day. Is really, I'm so grateful that I had that moment to just remember forever. And my family and friends are all the crowd shots. So this video means a lot to me in so many ways.
What's a good one? I think we should play it now. How about you?
Let's do it.
Let's everybody watch for all the little cameos and see how many you actually spot.
Yeah.
You're watching Jessie G's video for "Like My Whiskey" on AIM Country Music Television.
Well, I like my man like I like my whiskey. Shot at him and I'm feeling frisky. Heaven for the night, but hell in the morning when he leaves me. I like my man like I like my whiskey. Same place, same time, same pickup lines. Just another day in the life of a woman working hard from 9 to 5.
Wow, what's not to like? What a great song. It's great to see Gretchen Wilson in there too, and I did spot Colby Calais briefly, but yeah, saw her in there. So,
I
how many of
love
you
it.
guys saw that?
It's so fun. Like it's fun that they, all agreed to be there, support the video, support the song. Like I feel pretty blessed about that.
Yeah, and you have your own line dance started up there, so
Yeah, that's
rare to
actually
go.
it's kind of funny because the way that started out was that was one of Gretchen's favorite line dancing moves. And I think they combined it with a dance that they had prepared. And so it's a little bit of an original dance spin off of something that's already like a well-known one. So it's kind of cool. I'm hoping that it catches on eventually and we get some TikTok videos out there or something.
Right, exactly. I hope to see it in the audience every time you perform. Well, you're supporting a pretty strong catalog these days. You had 3 releases last year, and we already have this one for 2024. You've topped 17,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. So before I let you get out of here, tell us where to find you on stage, where you can buy or listen to all this music, um, where you're at online. Just give us the whole rundown.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely find most things at jessiegmusic.com. We try to do a good job of putting most stuff important kind of at the top. But, if you want to book us, if you want to figure out where we're playing, I'm on this new app, which is super excited called Music Cred. And it's like kind of like the Airbnb of the music industry where you could get on the app, make your profile, and request to book me. And it would streamline. I would see it in seconds. I'd be able to say yes or no. You'd be able to tell me what you provide and all that stuff. So I love that there's that option for artists because it's hard to get a hold of an artist nowadays.
Oh, it is,
So
yeah.
yeah, so it's really exciting to be a part of that. Also on Instagram at Jessie G Official. Most things are Jessie G Official, Facebook, and then Twitter is a little different, or X now. X, sorry. At Jessie G _ music on X. And yeah, if you just want to shoot me a message, say hey, I've got a broadcast channel, all those fun things for people to be a part of and just to know all the new things happening.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Jessie. It's been great getting to know you just a little bit better.
Thank you so much for having me. It means so much to have people like you sharing the music and I'm really grateful. So thank you, Mark.
You're welcome. So, what do you guys think? Is Like My Whiskey going to be your new favorite song? This has been Mark Gilliott for AIM Country Music Television. Thank you for watching.